Yo, 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 welcome to another edition of the Geeky Bros podcast. I'm your boy Tactix.
It's just Darcy chilling.
And this is Big Geek Umar. How are y'all doing today?
I knew he was gonna die. Okay, let's address the two elephants in the room. One, I'm the first elephant. Yeah, I'm doing something. I'm not at the home studio.
Where's your furniture at, bro?
Yo, okay. All I got right now is like a duvet in a bag and an outlet for the plug, okay? You know, like, okay, my woman is an interior decorator. She's styling this place, and I'm helping, and I'm like, I'm getting the podcast, so let's get it done, okay?
Yo, you gotta style that background over there, bro, because it's looking hella plain.
No, it is hella white, okay? It is like a Trump rally behind me, all right? You know what I'm saying? And the second elephant in the room is, Umar, what the hell are you wearing?
This is my Magneto sweater.
Yo, hit him with the hood, bro. Hit him with the hood.
It's gonna be interesting.
It look like pajamas, bro.
It's not gonna work because of my headset.
Never mind, man. You fucked up the moment. You fucked up the moment. I was hoping for something epic, like a. It wasn't happening.
It's too short.
All good, man. All good.
Oh man, yo, nice hood, by the way.
All right, let's get into the show. Umar, what's on the agenda for today?
So today is the hypothetical question episode. I'm going to be posing hypothetical questions that are super hella geeky to both of you, and we are going to all three of them answer them, and hopefully garner a either hilarious or a deeply insightful look into your characters based off these questions. So we lost Darcy.
Wow. Okay. So that low battery thing was real.
I guess.
All right. Well, the show must go on. We're still rolling. So
here we go. All right. Here we go.
He'll jump in and we'll catch him. We'll catch him up to speed later.
It's like the reverse of what happened with you when you were sick, and like you came in for like 1 second and then left.
That is true. That is very true.
All right. So, T, first question. First hypothetical question. That's super nerdy.
Cool.
What superpower would you want if you could only have one, and why?
If I could only have one, you know what? I think I would probably. I've thought long and hard about this.
Okay.
All of 5 minutes.
Okay.
And super speed. Like, so wait, hold on. So correction. I would want to have Flash's power. So everything that encompasses that, not just being able to run fast, but like ever since I was never really a big fan of the Flash up until I started watching like the animated series, and then later on the live action TV series.
CW.
But, yeah, CW, which is not a great show by any means, but
the first season was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it was all right. I'm still committed to it just because I'm curious as to how it's going to end. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
My point is, originally I assumed or I thought that Flash was just a character that ran really fast, and I was like, well, that's kind of lame. It's not all that exciting, you know what I mean? But then you go more in depth, and you realize that there's a lot more to his power than just being able to run fast. Like he can recover from injuries. Yo,
we got it back.
So apparently I'm not in a place with great Wi-Fi. So my first superpower would be internet.
It's a good power.
keep going.
Okay. So Tactix was just saying that like if he could have a superpower, one superpower, it would be the Flash's ability, and he was going into that. So continue, man.
Yeah. So not just the ability to run fast, but everything that encapsulates his actual power, right? So like he's able to recover quickly. Or more quickly than the average human from injuries and illnesses and stuff like that. He can't get drunk, which I guess depending on who you are is a negative. But He can phase through walls. He can phase through a person's fucking heart and just kill them instantly. That's pretty cool. I mean, not that I would ever use that, but I mean, you never know when you might act motherfucker or something. So, you know, just boom one time and just, you know, puncture his heart. Right. So that's pretty cool.
Don't go through time, man. Just don't do it.
Oh, yeah, he's got that power too. That'd be pretty. Well, actually, no, I've seen too many cartoons to know that never ends well, you know, or not even cartoons. Like in every iteration of like time travel, shit never ends well when you fuck with the timeline. So, yeah, I just stay in the present. You know, I have a hard time staying present as is. I don't really want to fuck that up by going in the past or in the future or anything. So yeah.
But here's the question: why would you want his abilities?
Because they're cool. What kind of question is that, man? Like, didn't you just hear the list that I just made? He could phase through walls. I could kill a motherfucker instantly. I could heal quickly from injuries. Another thing. If I'm like having sex with my lady or whatever, you know what I mean? And then like, you know,
you want to finish quickly?
No, man. But hold on. Even if I did, I could recover quickly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
The multiple.
Exactly. Multi-orgasmic man up in this bitch, bro. Telling you, man.
Okay.
So but yeah, that's a plus too.
So you just like you resonate with that power the most because you think
man.
Okay.
And normally I don't like running. Like I don't like running now. So I don't do a lot of cardio, but I mean if I could have super speed, then I'm doing cardio all day.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk fast.
Yeah, just like power walking, bro. Just
he's got super speed and he's just walking fast.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So, Darcy, if you could have only one superpower, what would it be and why?
Okay, so I was doing some thinking on this, okay? And I was actually in a toss-up between teleportation and super speed. not to go off of my home here. But so the thing, so here's I'm gonna tell you my dilemma because I'm stuck in the middle, okay?
Okay.
Now, not for all the cool like hero stuff, okay? For just like everyday life stuff that I do, teleportation is the benefit of it, and I mean like ultimate teleportation. Like I imagine a place and I go there, not like I have to be in visual sight. Okay.
Yeah.
One, in my version of this, I can also take people with me, so I can go anywhere I want instantly and take people with me, which means I can maximize doing a lot of stuff. But running fast, potentially, other than I probably couldn't carry people with me because I'd probably vaporize them. I could get tasks done really quickly. I could get a lot done in a day.
Yeah.
But between the two, I feel like I'm going to choose teleportation. Just because as much as I want all the cool stuff, I lose other things and I kind of want some level of humanity. Because my choice isn't actually around like, being a superhero. On just this power question, okay? I know there's other questions coming.
Yeah.
But on the ability to like change my life dramatically, one, no travel time. Two, assuming I can at least take a few people with me when I teleport. Boom, lady and I, bam, we in France now, girl. Okay, let's go, right?
It's like Jumper.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just like, I just want to save time. That's all it is. I just want to save time. So if it's like, you got to go to work, boom, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Gotta get to the gym, boom, I'm at the gym. So for me, it's teleportation. I just want to get places, and I don't want to spend any time getting there. I don't like traveling.
You don't like the time it takes to travel.
No, because like you guys are like 2 hours to go visit your mom. That's 2 hours back. Both ways.
Yeah.
That's a 4 hour addition on my trip. Visiting. Boom, let's go. All right, Mom, what's up? I mean, other than the fact that I gotta be like, call my mom, like, all right, are you sitting down? Cool. I'll be at your house 2 seconds. Don't freak out, or I just gotta like teleport outside the house. But if I really want to piss her off, I just be like teleport into the kitchen, like, yo, what's up? So yeah, that's it for me. Teleportation.
I hear that.
Could he teleport someone's limbs away from their body?
Yep.
Like you're shaking a motherfucker's hand, and then all of a sudden you just poof, hand gone. out into Paris.
You know what's interesting with that? Different versions of it. You'll see like, oh, if you have any connection to something, like you just touch them, then you take the whole being with you, as if it like you become one like symbiont being or something, right? But I wonder how much control you have if it's like depending on like what depiction or whatever. But let's say you can choose, then do you have to have mental control over like?
Yeah, you like isolate a specific area of their body and just.
Well, it depends on how you teleport. Like if you're like basically taking yourself through a portal to go to another location, that's one thing. If you're actually like forcing your atoms to like essentially like to shoot at the speed of light to a location that you want, still you can still kind of do it.
Yeah, or if you have the portal, but the portal is internal, right? Like it's like collapsing like a black hole in. Yeah, then you'd have to have more thought and control on what you do. I think that if I would have to choose on that list, the best one would be the portal idea, and then you just gotta be careful, motherfucker. Don't just like you don't want to come through that portal. You're like, damn it! Jimmy the homeless guy, stop following me.
Nice. Okay. All right. So for myself, I would say that I would want control of the 4 elements, like Avatar: The Last Airbender style, like the Avatar state.
That's not 1 power. That's 4.
That's just greedy, bro.
You guys chose to like. Oh, I'm sorry. It was greedy, Mister. I want to go through time, heal myself, and also phase through things.
Yo, but that's all part of like one thing, man. Like that's like just being really fast and in all aspects, yo. Except for sex. I like to take my time with that one. But yeah.
But like this is like essentially Terra, Hydro, Pyro, and Aerosol kinetic abilities.
Okay, the intro says master of all 4 elements. 4!
Hey, it's 1 power though, and I've chosen to control over the elements. Just like control over the weather is like you have like multi abilities you can have.
No, it is literally he has the ability to have 4 sets of powers, where other people have the ability to have 1.
He's able to control everything on Earth.
Who we talking about?
Over here?
We're talking about Aang.
Or
Korra.
Right. Yeah, okay, whatever, Captain Planet, go on.
And I just want to do that because, I love Avatar, and also, like, that's just dope, man. I like be able to, have all the different bending arts under your control.
Okay. I feel like you chose that because you're indecisive.
No, I actually really like it. Because the thing is, like, you get to be as calm and cool as Earth. Sorry, as water. You can be as stable and enduring as rock. You can be as energized and like overwhelming as fire, and you can also be quite as free and fun-loving as air.
Okay.
All right. First question down. 5 more to go. All right. So, second question. What superpower do you believe you would get based off your personality? Now, let me give you a little bit of context. For example, in the X-Men universe, when they get their powers at 13, or, during puberty, which is roughly around 13, their abilities are sometimes based off of deficiencies that they have, or they exemplify certain characteristics of them even more so, or they just kind of are something that they need in the moment. But like we're saying in this situation, this is based off your personality, and it's just essentially your personality exemplified into a single superpower. So for example, Wolverine was actually born a very sickly kid, but when his power manifested, he developed the ability to heal and have superior senses. Something along those lines. So my question to you guys is, based off, and let's go with your like present self, like not so much like you back in when you're 13. Let's go with your present self. If a superpower was to develop tomorrow, based off your personality, what do you think that would be?
Invisibility.
Invisibility.
Yeah, because I'm so lonely. No, I don't know, man. That's a tricky question, bro. I'm trying to think of like my current deficiencies or things that I'm like.
It doesn't have to be a deficiency. It can also exemplify what you are as well.
Man, that's Darcy. You got anything?
Yeah, I'd be a Care Bear.
The Care Bear.
Wait, so you
motherfucker Lionheart up in this bitch, bro. Oh man.
I'm honestly trying to think about it. And Umar, you gotta go first, bro.
All right,
you have
I'll
more
go
time
first.
to think about this.
Now, to be fair, this probably, given how you guys reacted to my last response, you guys probably won't like this one. But I actually was thinking about this afternoon. And do you guys remember Peter Petrelli from Heroes?
Mm-hmm.
And how he was able... Sorry?
Empathetic mimicry?
Yes. I think, oddly enough...
It's so greedy, man. Holy! You just want all the powers, bro. Yo, since you have all the powers, give me one, because I can't figure mine out yet.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain why before you guys get mad.
I know why. You're greedy, bitch. That's all it is, bro.
The reason why is for him, it's not that he basically he meets someone and he has their power. He actually has to get to know them. And so therefore, even his worst enemies is someone he can actually gain power from. With me, I like meeting people. I like meeting new people. I like making friends. My friends joke that I collect friendships because I've just been doing it for my whole life. That was just something based off my personality. I thought that's the first thing that came to mind. And honestly, the more I thought about it, the more it made sense.
Man, I'm going to be Siler and cut your head off and steal all your powers, bro.
Jesus. So it exemplifies your darker tendencies.
Yeah, bro.
You know what? No, I want to change this right now. I'm gonna choose the power for you, Umar. You're gonna be that guy, the shapeshifter from The Boys. And specifically the milk.
Oh man.
Oh, doppelganger? No. Go back. Nasty. Go back, doppelganger.
That's just nasty.
Yeah, that shit was really nasty. All right, so now you guys.
Shit, man. Man, I really wish I had considered this question prior to the podcast. Right now, the only answer I can give off the cuff, I really want to come back to this question at a later time.
Okay.
But the one that comes to mind right now, just because I'm doing the cold shower challenge, is Iceman's power. So that's it, man. Just because, I'm doing the cold shower challenge. I hate it. I feel like if I was to get powers tomorrow based off of that point alone, automatically I would just become Iceman.
You wouldn't become Pyro?
Why? Because it has to be the opposite of what I'm doing.
You're feeling cold and you hate feeling cold, so therefore, wouldn't you want to do something become something?
But then I adapt.
Actually, you assimilate.
Why would I? Why?
Because you're assimilating the cold as opposed to adapting to survive to it, would be to develop a heat that would counter the cold.
That's not how adaptation works, bro.
Okay.
Okay, Aang with all of the wisdom of the over here.
All right, how about you, Darce? What about you?
So you're not even gonna compliment me on my choice, bro? We're just moving on already, bro.
I do want to ask what is the extent of your power with the ice abilities? Because that can actually get really out of control.
Isn't Iceman OP in the comics?
Yes, that's why I asked.
I want to be top notch, top tier.
Oh shit!
Level, bro. I don't know what that means because I don't know to what extent his power level is.
Freeze the earth if you wanted to.
Oh, done deal then, bro. Done deal.
Oh,
I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm just saying,
that is actually you can
let someone try me.
Wait, wow.
Bro.
If one person tries you and you're gonna freeze the earth because of it,
yeah, bro. You never know. I'm just gonna be or just a small section where he lives, just freeze his entire street in one go. Be it's winter every day in your hood, bitch.
So you want to be like Elsa?
Yeah, bro. but just in that area. Everywhere else is gonna be all summery and shit. And he's gonna look outside his window, and it's just gonna be snow, and like he's gonna have to shovel the snow for the rest of his life unless he moves. And then even then, I'll find him.
Like a human snow globe.
Yeah, bro. Everywhere he goes, it's snowing, yo. Always snowy in Philadelphia, bro.
Okay. Damn. Okay, so you went. You were making fun of me for taking too much powers. You chose to be an Omega level mutant.
But again, it's one power, bro. It's
with multiple capabilities.
But still, it's still within the realm of my one individual power.
Sure. Okay.
Umar, well, we're supposed to choose one power with only one capability to it. Like,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, for someone who's getting mad at me for choosing one power that takes all other powers, he's getting kind of like he's being.
You can do it too. Just don't take all of them.
Bro. Okay, it's like you're over here being like, oh, I need telekinesis, but I can only lift pencils. You know?
Yo, what movie was that? Looper had like the coin thing. They could only lift their coins.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right? And it be over here like, okay, but I'm gonna have a power that consumes other powers. Okay. Anyway.
All right. So how about you, Darcy?
I don't really have a good one. Like he said, I want to like circle back on this, but I honestly end up feeling like I'd be the the steel guy from X-Men that Deadpool always was dragging on. Colossus, yeah. I was gonna say Galactus. I'm like, that's not it. the name is similar in my head.
I love how we're all saying like we're getting too OP. You're like, I'll just be Galactus. I'll go and eat planets.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna actually say that. I just couldn't remember. I knew the name was similarly said.
No, that's dope actually, because like honestly, in his steel form, he doesn't need to eat or sleep.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope to know. For me, it's just because like you talk about deficiencies and like I have like back like issues and other kinds of like physical ailments, and so if I was like to compensate against that, then I feel like also within all the training that T got me doing stuff like that, I just like hardened to all hell, like to like compensate and fix that issue. So
or you be like Mr. Fantastic and just be like super limber.
Yeah.
And then you could contort your body. You could contort your body to whatever you wanted.
I hate those abilities. I've never liked the like stretchy man kind of abilities. Everything about it is like, now I want to look at you. Just get up my face.
You must have hated the Incredibles then.
You know what though? Like, no, actually, I don't mind the Incredibles, and I don't mind like the Fantastic Four, but I just dislike the other guys versions of them. Like, and don't get me wrong, I don't really like power, but I like the Fantastic Four as a whole, and so that character's fine for me. Fantastic Four's not my favorite, but still, like, it's enjoyable to me. Though in all fairness, we never really got any good Fantastic Four stuff, so I'm waiting,
Yeah.
But yeah, like the ones from like DC, like, I can't stand them. I can't stand those ones. Like
elongated man. Yeah.
So stupid.
Okay. Cool. All right. So now we're going for question 3. If you got superpowers, like tomorrow morning you wake up and you got superpowers, who would you tell and why?
I think this is gonna be a very quick set of answers. Okay.
Yeah.
The two of you and my woman. Like that's it.
Oh, I actually feel honored. Thanks, Darce.
Well, I mean, we talk about superheroes every week. Who else am I going to tell about?
Yeah, very true. Yeah, same answer. Like, especially you, Umar. Like, you're like encyclopedia for this type of shit. So, like, if I ever got a power or whatever, I'd be like, yo, I need help dealing with this shit, bro. Educate me, help me.
What show? Oh no! I know what it is. The Shazam movie. You'd be like the buddy at the thing. Not like him specifically, but we'd be like Umar, what do we do? And you'd be like, okay, issue number 45. Like, we might be able to do this.
I gotta say it, like, mad respect to both of you. That actually is really, really flattering. Thanks.
It's the truth, though.
No. I know, but like, thanks. I honestly didn't think I would make either of your lists.
No, I would definitely need help, guys. So you would be the first person I tell.
Yes. Okay. Well. All right. To respond, I would also tell you guys, and I would tell like one friend of mine in England, and that's it. But I would be like, guys, we need to keep this like not even text about it. Like we need to like meet in person and talk about this stuff, and like put our phones in the car, sort of shit.
Who in your friend circle would exploit that knowledge though?
I don't think
whether intentionally or accidentally.
I think it would be more accidental. I don't think it would be. I can't think of anyone who'd exploit is like a malicious sort of thing. I can probably see like if I opened up the group. I don't want to open up the group. Like honestly, I don't want this getting out. I want it to be like kept very much in control, and also for us to like I need you guys to help me like train, obviously, and also like to like keep me grounded. But I don't want to tell people because like the first thing is if this gets out, I'm going to either be exploited, taken away, killed, or experimented on, or people are going to ask me to do shit, which goes back to exploitation. Secondly, just people knowing that I have abilities is not a good thing, especially if I'm the only one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I'm keeping it just you guys. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Well, you were right. That was actually really quick. I totally thought you guys were gonna like have this like long list of people, and just like I'm very flattered right now. I did not know that was going to happen. Hey, moving on. Okay, so question number 4. What would you do with your superpower if you were the only superpowered person in the world?
Mm-hmm. Are we going off of the superpower that we said we wanted before, or are we going off
any you can choose whatever superpower you want in this situation, but like if you want to use the one you used previously, why not?
Okay, let's go off the teleportation one, right?
Okay.
With that one, I would keep it. I would keep it secret, only the people who need to know, right? Real close people, and those people that I know can keep it under wraps, right? Because that exploitation thing would be a real problem. Like if I can teleport, people can find out about that. Like that is gonna be a real problem real quick. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, like I just don't want people to be like, "Can you just hold this for a second? All right, now can you bring it to Toronto?" like, 255 King Street, please.
Become an Uber, Uber teleporter, yo.
He becomes the new Amazon.
If Amazon got their hands on me, I feel like that's just like the worst thing ever. But 2, I'd be like, if I was to do this like Uber thing, man, those rates would be insane. I'd be like, I show up and they'd be like, "What's your rates?" "Oh, it's already started. We're talking 500 a minute. Let's go."
Yeah, 100%, man. I would only, if I was in your situation and like you chose to like commercialize it, I would only go for like government officials or like the super rich and be like, charge them $1,000 a minute.
Oh yeah, easy. You just show up, people be like, "Oh, how bad do you want this there?" "Okay, cool. That's 50,000, bro." Like, you'd be like, "Well, okay, then put it on a plane."
The cartels would love you.
That's where the exploitation comes in. People would just like be getting like we want that stuff, and then you'd be like, then you got feds showing up at the places they think you're going teleported to. No, you know what I'm saying here?
Okay, so then going back to the question. What would you do with the power? So you're wanting to keep it on a need to know basis so you don't get exploited. But what would you be doing with it like an everyday thing? Would you keep it like? Would you just do things to make yourself like easier on yourself, or would you actually be utilizing it?
I feel like there's like 2 parts to it, right? Like in all the things that I do for myself, right? Music and stuff like that. Yeah, I would definitely use it to exploit. Like, imagine showing up to a studio session like that. People be like, "Oh, can you show this last second studio session? Where is it? Cool, I'm there." Like, no, I'm right beside you. but then I also feel like my heart tells me like, you know, I also have to find ways to help people. Like the one thing that kind of comes to mind is like, imagine like I couldn't live with myself knowing all the time somebody needs like a transplant, and it's literally like, you know, they have like a 4-hour window and they're trying to get it in there, and I could go from my house to that place to the next place and get this done in like 45 seconds.
My man.
You know, so there's a part of me that is like, I got to do that. But then I also worry about how much life will be lost for me in a sense of like, well, how many people need transplants every day? Kind of a deal, right?
Yeah.
You know, where it's serious, you know, like obviously there has to have some level of threshold, right? You know, the person got 3 weeks, you know, like, you know, I'm on vacation. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, that's not trying to be mean. You got 3 weeks.
I'm off the clock right now, bro. Hang in there, buddy.
I'm just saying. It's like, if it's a 4-hour drive and you got a 3-week window, wait. I gotta teleport my woman to Barbados.
Yo, man, no, I respect that. I respect that a lot. How about you, Tactix?
Yeah, same kind of a situation that Darcy mentioned. I would definitely take advantage of, you know, improving my lifestyle with my super speed. Like, you know, if I have to get to work or something like that, it's kind of like what Darcy said. It's like I hate the travel time. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm like traveling from client to client. It's like that's like an hour of my day already gone when I could have used that hour to do something productive or to see another client. So the speed thing would definitely come in handy in that regard. Like I could literally, like if I had to wake up early to go to work or a meeting or something, I could literally wake up with like a minute to spare, get ready in that amount of time, and then be at that meeting. So that's pretty sweet, right? So I could utilize my time very efficiently and still have time to spare. So personally, that's what I would do. But, you know, if we're talking about, you know, externally, like how I would contribute to the world, yeah, like my heart kind of shares the same sentiment that Darcy mentioned, in the sense that like if I see injustice or like some kind of like, you know, you see all these like natural disasters like fires and like that are happening in the forest and stuff like that, like these like forest fires and stuff like that, things like that, you know, and like you kind of feel so helpless. It's right, because it's only so much that, like, for example, like a fire department can do in that situation. So yeah, you know, if I could be there and just like super speed and create like these like tornado type things or whatever, and like alleviate the problem in a matter of seconds, you know what I mean, to prevent a lot of the, you know, the loss that is often caused or created as a result of a lot of these natural disasters, then, you know, I feel it's my due diligence to, as a superhero or a superpowered being, to, you know, address those situations.
Okay.
I mean,
yo, I gotta ask you, a thought that crossed my head. So you're saying that you get up like 1 minute before and get ready and go. But then I thought, like, but you actually would need more than a minute because you got to shower.
I know,
and
I was thinking the same.
You'd be like, well, it's like, okay, but you can shower fast. No, you can't. You'd be moving fast, but the raindrops would be just going at normal speed. So you'd be like running in between the raindrops. Like,
that's actually...
the shower wouldn't even come out yet. You'd be like, oh my God.
No, you're right. That's actually a good point, because I think I remember reading in the comics where Flash was talking about like his lifestyle and how like the world seems so slow to him because everything that he can process is like hyper speed, right? And so it's sometimes like super annoying that he's like, even as fast as he is, he still has to wait on the rest of the world. So yeah, I didn't actually think about that, but that's a good point. So I'd probably give myself a little bit more leeway. But yeah,
those cold showers are gonna feel like
yeah,
like, oh,
like someone just spit on me. That's it. Like
you could like have like a big bucket of water. You just like dunk yourself in it, soap it up, dunk yourself back out, and then just like get ready to change.
I honestly think the only efficient way you could do it is like literally run to Lake Ontario, run back and then keep going. Like he just like runs through the water on his way there, just like soaping up in Lake Ontario.
So that means I would even have to wait for like microwaving my food and shit too, man. Be like, come on, man. I gotta go. Or like if you're going through a drive-through, it's like, oh my gosh, I still gotta wait for shit.
You know when you rub your hands together and make heat? I think you just be doing that every time you got food. Just be like rubbing your hands, put your hand on the plate, let's go.
One thing I did notice, because I remember like way back when we were talking about like subs versus dubs, you actually would have time to read the subtitles.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Very true. Okay, probably still do the dubs though.
So you would only work towards like natural disasters. You wouldn't like take care of any of like the injustices.
No, sorry. That was only one example. Like that was the one that came off the top of my head. But yeah, I would like wherever I could help, and like provided I'm not busy. I know that's bad to say, but like, yo, if I'm doing something, like, you know, I don't want to be a full-fledged superhero because like, come on, we've all seen these superhero shows or movies. Like, they don't have the best lifestyle, man. Like,
yeah.
So it's like I'm like noble to a fault. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I still gotta live my life too, but I will definitely help. Man, I sound really terrible now, don't I?
You don't. No, you don't.
I'm just saying, like,
you gotta
keep it real.
You can't like do 24/7.
Yeah, it's a balance, man. Like I'm gonna treat it like an occupation, man. I gotta, I have my off hours,
Yeah. I love the vacation thing. It's like, yo, how long can you hold out? I'm on vacation.
I'm just saying that if they're gonna call you, they need to know the threshold.
Not judging, man. Not judging. All right. Okay. So for me,
and on top of that, I don't want to take the jobs away from like actual, like the police officer. Like let them, sometimes they can handle their shit too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to take all the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. You only need to come in when the situation is at an exceptional point in which, when what they're doing, they're like, I can't do this. Because, like, people want to be heroes, too. Other people got jobs to be heroes all for a reason, right? So it's like when the task is so monumental that it would be better and save more lives, even of the heroes, for you to step in. That's when, like, you come in and do the super thing.
Yeah. All right. So for me, let's use, like, the 4-element ability. If I just let me have this, man, just Jesus. If I got it tomorrow and I was the only one, I would start slow, to be honest. Like, I would slowly try to see how I could utilize this for like the gains of people in my life, not just for me, but like for the people around me. And then I would want, like, as you kind of enter more and more worlds, you kind of see how they're either connected, but also how some of them go down bad paths, and then kind of see, would my ability to be able to kind of like stop them from going down that road, and kind of like ultimately like work your way up to the top of like everything. So mine would be it would be a slow burn sort of situation where I kind of start from the bottom and help everyone around me, and then kind of like expand that a little bit more, and then as things get more and more fucked up, I kind of have to like start like adjusting things as I go higher and higher and higher. It's going to be difficult to do without people knowing who I am. So to be honest, I think the worry is that I would get so focused on that I would actually retreat from my life in order to make the world a better place, and ultimately sacrifice my happiness if I can make other people happy.
Mm-hmm. I work with that for you too. But also, if you had this 4 elements, I'd be like, Umar, my air conditioner broke. Get over here.
What am I going to do? That blow air at you? That didn't come out right. Sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. That didn't come out right.
You're not sorry, though.
I apologize. It was sincere.
Oh, man.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, though I feel this will also be a very, well, especially for Tactix, it will be a very question.
You don't know me.
Okay. Tactix, what superhero do you idolize and why?
Bro,
I'm gonna need to take my time with this one.
Clearly, I think it's Green Lantern by that wall. Well, get it out of the way, Tactix.
Well, in case you couldn't guess, it is Batman. And the question is, why do I idolize him?
Yes.
Oh man. So I don't really remember exactly how it all began, but I do know that Tim Burton's Batman 89 was the first movie that my parents ever bought for me on VHS. And I mean, I feel like I was way too young to watch that movie.
we all were, let's be honest.
Yeah, but I don't know. I became enamored with the character, and as I got older, what he stood for, and the fact that he was always referred to as a superhero, even though he had no superpowers, and the fact that like the Justice League, every single member of the Justice League, like low-key fears this guy, and he's just a human being. And for me, as I got older, that kind of really correlated with me in the sense of, you know, me struggling with my learning disability, and then like being deemed as this person that like had this disability and was only going to be like, there was always like this limitation there where I was always going to be just like an average person. And then, you know, I lived with that paradigm for so long until the point where I realized that I could be more than that. You know what I mean? If I just applied myself and I, you know, made myself more than just a man. You know what I'm saying? And so, exactly, right? And so after I applied myself, it really kind of resonated in terms of like, okay, like I like when you look at Batman's work ethic, it's like the reason why he's so well revered and, you know, feared or respected, however you want to look at it, by, you know, villains and heroes alike, is the fact that he is, you know, he has kind of devoted his entire life to his ideals, and, you know, his training, his work ethic, his insatiable thirst for knowledge, and how he's like, he kind of dips his hand into every little thing, and he's so well calculated and always like 1 or 10,000 steps ahead of the game and kind of thing. That's always something that I've always really respected and appreciated, just that work ethic and everything that he stands for. And so that's really why he resonates with me and continues to resonate with me all, like, after all these years.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Thank you.
Darce?
Dr. Fate.
I was not expecting that at all.
I did not expect that at all.
I'm just
fucking with that.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, what?
I was like, damn, okay.
Because I like helmets. No, it's
Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the moral compass of all of it, right? Like, I'm a believer, and even though I feel like he's most like this, is I'm a big believer in the win-win situation. Some people believe in like the win-lose, right? Like I win, you lose, and some people live by in a very self-sacrificing kind of way, a loss-win. Right? You know, they want to make sure everybody else wins around them, but they lose in themselves in the process. But I'm in the win-win. I don't want to lose, and I don't want to make other people lose. I feel like it's much better when you can help other people, but you need to not be taking from yourself to do it. And I feel like he's one of those people, like he always like looks in situations where like to find the win beyond the obvious win that he can have, where more likely other people would end up losing in the concept. And I don't know, it's like the moral compass. Obviously, the powers are dope because he's as OP as it gets. But it's, I tend to like a lot of his movies and stuff like that. I really end up enjoying them because the story is about self and immigrants more than it is about this guy with OP powers. Because it's probably the closest sometimes when they do it well, obviously. To anime. In the concept of a character who has all the power and the whole journey is about the internal, than it is about gaining the powers, because he doesn't really need to get it anymore. If he does, it's kind of pointless, right? You know, like he'll throw him another power, and you're like, really? Does he need telekinesis? Like, really? like he can lift the planet with his hand. Why do you need to lift it with his mind? Like, what's the point? So. Yeah, I enjoy Superman. I love Batman too, by the way. I love Batman, but like just the one that I like kind of resonate a little bit more with is just a story of Superman.
Okay, I respect that. So, going, yeah, for me, like, Batman is is my favorite superhero. He's I honestly did everything. Like for me, I used to love Superman. Actually, I very much was in the same camp as you were, Darcy. And then as I got older, it kind of shifted to Batman because I started reading the comics more, and I loved seeing him being the detective. I loved seeing him have this indomitable will. I loved seeing him being like the one that like wanted to he just is ultimately like all the badassery aside, all the inventive stuff, all the gadgets, all the cars and money and everything aside, he is ultimately just a man who doesn't want anyone else to die, and he is using every ounce of physical, mental, and like even like financial, everything he can possibly do to kind of like stop people from dying. And that just really resonated with me. Now, granted, I do have elements of a control freak, and Batman's the ultimate control freak, so maybe that like subconsciously is why I'm like really digging him. But at the same time, like I love the different facets of him, and also just everything else you were saying, Tactix. So like, yeah, like Batman's the one I idolize.
Yo, can I throw something out here? So my top 3 most iconic characters, like superheroes, that always stick out in my head. And the third one, you mentioned, like between the 3 of us, we talked about the first 2, right? Batman and Superman. And the third one, I feel like, in ways, is a combination of the 2. My third most iconic one, if you like to remember, like you just say like, oh, give me 3 superheroes, right? Everyone will always end up saying these 3 people: Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like I was just thinking about what you were talking. I was like, when you started talking about will, I'm like, Spider-Man's got will in spades, right?
Yeah.
He's got the same almost emotional elements and story as Batman. Both of his parents are lost. He lost Uncle Ben, and he has like crazy amounts of willpower. But he's got elements, not a lot of the same, but he's still got that power level thing of Superman, and he has that same kind of like moral kind of compass around using his powers and hurting people and helping people and all that kind of stuff. And I think one of the reasons why Spider-Man is so amazing is because he's in ways a bit of both of them put together in a new light. And he's young and fresh and I can't say the word.
Jovial?
Jovial, thank you. I was like trying not to say jovial. I'm like, yeah, right? And so I'm kind of just giving a random shout out to that character.
No, like I'm glad you brought it out, because it kind of leads into the last question, where it's like, so we've talked about what we idolize, but given what we know about all the characters and also what their lives are like, the last question is, what superhero would you want to be and why?
I was thinking about this one earlier today, and I think that's what subconsciously was coming in. It is Spider-Man, right? As much I don't want to be Batman, because as much as like I like everything about him being Batman, I don't want to be everything that led up to him becoming Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
And as much as like I like the ideas of being Superman, I also don't really want to live that life. I feel like Spider-Man, of all of them, has all the same dilemmas, but has the same, like, I think he has the same outlook that's most close to for me. Like, I've had my own traumas in my youth, but I never lost my way in terms of being happy, right? Yeah. And I love that aspect of him. And he's the one that tries to balance it probably, for me, I feel like the way he tries to balance his life, I like it, even though he doesn't get it right, you know?
You know, Spider-Man has, like, one of the worst lucks ever, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like, they actually call it the Parker luck. Like, they joke about it in the comics all the time.
But there's still something I like about him.
I just want you to know that there was that element before you signed on.
No, I know, but like none of them ever really get a good life, right? Batman's got no life. Superman's got no life. At least Batman's trying.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like, so I feel like of all things, I'd want to be Spider-Man.
All right. T.
Man, the superhero lifestyle seems very exhausting. With next to no fun. As much as I want to say Spider-Man, just because I feel like it would be hella fun to just like swing on skyscrapers and shit and like climb up walls. I don't know, like my instinct, because I'm trying to kind of go through the database of different like superheroes, but I almost want to say Static Shock, just because I feel like based off of what I know, he hasn't suffered any like major like he hasn't lost his parents. You know, he's just a regular kid with superpowers, going to school, dealing with regular school shit, and that's about it. He still has his dad. I don't know where the mom is at, but the mom was never in the picture before he had the powers anyway. So, you know, yeah, Static
Shock.
Bro,
in some ways, you are Static Shock. Like, as you're talking about it, I was like, yeah.
Okay, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So Static Shock and Spider-Man. For myself, I'm gonna say that
Captain Motherfucking Planet over here. Let's go.
Actually, Darcy, you kind of took my answer.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, but for different reasons.
Stop trolling, bro. What's your real answer?
Are you talking about Spider-Man or Captain Planet? Which one?
No, Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man. I was like, yo, are you actually serious? Like,
I don't want to exist until 4 or 5 people come together and bring me out of their rings.
Oh, man. Wow.
Oh, Umar, you and your like weird. Oh, I can't say it right
now. No. Actually, so Darcy, I want to be Spider-Man. However, for different reasons. For me, it's that he has always been the one that has like he is willing to put himself through like emotional hell to do the right thing, and he so much so that he ruins his own life to do the right thing, to make sure that other people are happy and that he does the heroic stuff. He's also the most trusted in the superhero community. Wolverine trusts him over almost everybody else. The same can be said for like Daredevil, and like basically like the Fantastic Four. Like he has earned so much street cred from like the superhero community that like even the ones that are hardcore badasses are like, yo, we can't mess with him. We don't want anything to happen to him, but at the same time, he can hold his own. And they would come to him for help. They're like, okay, you're the only one I can trust. At the same time, he has taken on, like, his rogues gallery is impressive, and he has taken on some serious bad guys. While at the same time, Gwen Stacy and like Mary Jane Watson, like he didn't skimp out on the ladies. Granted, it didn't always go well for him, but he also like he got married, and then again he got lost a lot. He lost a lot too, but he is unbreakable in terms of spirit and also in terms of doing the right thing. Like he is incorruptible, and no matter what, he will always do the right thing. So like for me, Spider-Man, if I had to choose, yeah, I would have a shitty life, but at the same time, I know that I would. He's the only superhero I know that actually like represents the ideals that I want to strive for. Because like Batman's kind of like the darker end of that stuff. Superman is kind of like the one in like the sunlight, where like he still has a wife and like he's able to have a son now and all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, like he's also super OP, and he's got like the entire world on his back. Well, Spider-Man just like he puts himself where the little guy needs him to. Mm-hmm. And that's where I was like, I would want to be on that front.
I feel like you pretty much explained, and obviously this is all stems from the comic book, but as you were talking, my head kept going to the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland, the first one primarily. Like we were talking about, like he's like incorruptible and everything, and it's like just everything that he did in terms of like standing up to the vulture, and then that scene where like the entire building collapses on him, and he's in that scene, and like for a moment you're like, oh, he's just a kid, man, and then all of a sudden like, get up, Peter Parker, get up, Spider-Man, and I was like, I got chills during that scene because I was like, holy shit, man, that's crazy.
But it's funny you say that because like that scene was actually inspired by one of like the pivotal moments in the comics about him, where he literally like he's in this area where like water is streaming out, and he has all this like debris on top of him, and he's like, you know what, I did the best I could. Like he's been fighting all day. He's like extremely tired, and he's literally about to get crushed to death. And for him, he's like, you know what, just like let it go. But then he remembers he has to get to Aunt May because like she's like ill or something, and he summons the strength out of like literally thin air and lifts like his costume is bursting because his muscles are like pushing everything they have, and like they're like just like up and everything, and he like shoves it off, and he is like dead fucking tired, but he did it to like for another person.
Yo, so I gotta say something real quick. After listening to everything you talked about turmoil being Spider-Man, I'm gonna be Dick Grayson because I'm not gonna be with any ladies near any bridges anytime soon. You know, Dick gets the ladies. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
he got a Barbara Gordon, he got Starfire, and he also got some. Well, it depends on what you're reading, but he definitely got some time with Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I would not want to have sex with her. That would scare me too.
I'd be curious. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'd be a little curious.
I'm too scared.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to be in what the Joker's been in.
I don't care. I mean, yeah, I care.
Yeah, I definitely care about that. That's what messed up. I'm like,
I'm good.
I mean, I wear protection, but I'd be like, if I had the opportunity, I'd be like, I might entertain it. I don't know. Like,
go in wearing the Nightwing outfit, just like a zipper.
Oh man.
On that note, well, thank you guys for answering all my questions.
No problem, man. They were great questions.
I'm glad you liked them. I'm actually surprised how like similar. Like, I did not see me and Darcy getting the same question in terms of who we want to be. I did see the fact that you and I were going to get the same idol tactics, but like, you know, yeah, we kept it fairly. Anyway. All right.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. This has been another edition of the Geeky Bros podcast. I'm your boy Tactix.
This is Darcy. I'll be back in the stew next week.
And this is Big Geek Umar. Live long and prosper, y'all. Also, if you have any answers from the questions I posed, be sure to like write them in the comments. Also, like and subscribe.
Peace.